Hello, everybody. Miranda here. Big news, cool news. So on Monday, I showed my pumpkin hat in an email to my friend Roxanne. She's the one that I made that ultimate sacrifice blue shawl that looks like the wings. I made that for her. She knows, she and the other lady in that same office room, I show them my stuff all the time that I'm making or currently. And one other friend, Giselle, who works outside of that office in the other office. But you're not allowed to bring your phone on the jail side. So I had emailed her a photo of my current progress of the pumpkin hat. And she's like, oh gosh, this is so cool. Can you make me a blanket out of this stuff? You know, the the orange, the purple, and the green. And I said, yeah, sure, I could totally do that. You know, she's like, I'll pay you to make me a blanket. And so I was like, okay, cool. And I said, I will go online and buy the yarn or choose the yarn, you know, whatever. There's one more color that I really want to try because it's all autumn colors. And so we talked, I said, okay. And I would look at patterns online because I hadn't yet decided what pattern to use. And then the next day I brought in the actual hat because I just had to put the crown of the hat on. So I showed her the hat the next day and I was talking to her about colors and I said, I will choose the pattern of these two patterns. I forgot to email them to you, so I have to leave and go all the way back to the other side of the jail to my phone and email them to you. And then I went out of the office and showed Giselle the hat, and Giselle's like, well, I want a blanket too. I'll pay you to make a blanket too. And so we looked at the two patterns because she didn't want to wait for me to like bring them back. She wanted me to help her pull it up on Pinterest. So we pulled the two patterns up on Pinterest, and one is this like kind of shells blanket with these little eyelets. And she was like, well, I know I said I wanted those colors, but I want this blanket. And it's the teal ombre yarn from Red Heart and white, but she wants it black. Cause I was like, do you really want it white in this color? Or do you want it black in this color? And because she's like black, because I don't want to get it dirty. And so she chose that pattern of two. And so I waited until the end of the day and emailed Roxanne back and said, you know, I emailed her and went back and asked her which of the two patterns she liked. And I showed her the yarn that I had picked out and bought, and she was excited about that. And she actually picked the other pattern. So each girl picked a separate pattern, which is really great because I wanted to make both of them and have them, I wanted to work them up, both of them. So I was excited. So I had ordered my yarn and was waiting for pickup. And so yesterday during one of my breaks, I got to pick it up. And so I got, I ordered an orange and a this and a that, but they didn't have the orange. And then this was the alternate color. Now online, this is why I yell at my boyfriend every time he's like, just buy yarn online. Who cares if Joann's closed? This is the damn reason right here. Okay, the picture of this online, this looks like oranges and like kind of a dull tomatoey red color. And it's called Aqua Splash, which is weird because there's no damn aqua in here. Oh, Atomic Aqua, sorry. There's no aqua in there, but it looks like all the colors that from here, it doesn't look like what it really looks like in person at all. Yeah, apparently when you order Michael's stuff, it's called grab and go, and you just walk in and grab the bag of stuff that you ordered. Like nobody even checks you. You can just take it. I was like, that's dangerous. So I went in and I was like, why did it say my order was ready? And then it said that my order is not ready because there's a piece missing. Why would it confirm that it was picked and pulled and ready and then not even 2 minutes later say that it's canceled? Like, did they sell one that was in my bag or something? But this is not what color it actually is. See how it looks like tomatoey red and oranges and stuff? That's blasting neon pink in real life. That's neon pink. So the neon pink stripes that you see in here in the sunlight, this is really, really bright. And I thought this was also darker than it is. So I bought 3 of these, and I bought this, the green, and I thought I was going to get the orange. Thankfully, I still have the orange. But So the hat is, the hat, oh my God, I still have those hats on my mind. I'm like so excited to make those hats, and then I get 2 commissions for blankets. So I've started the blanket already. It took forever to get the woman to answer me on the place where I was buying the pattern. I'm doing a very specific pattern. You can't tell what it is until it's worked up. And I found these 2 gorgeous patterns, and I'm sitting here at work yesterday on my break trying to order the pattern, and it routes you to Facebook, then it routes you to a website, then the website isn't available to purchase off, but it'll let you get all the way through to push purchase, and then for 40 minutes it was just spinning saying processing. And then, like, I was like, okay, this is BS. Isn't there another way to buy this? And I went into her page, and she's got a Ravelry, an Etsy, a Facebook Marketplace, a freaking website of her own. But when you go on to her Etsy, it's 4 different posts or 5 of the same blanket, but different pictures of the blanket selling the pattern. So I'm like, this is fishy. Why didn't the website work? That was weird. And so I found 2 patterns that I've always wanted that I didn't know I could ever find. And I put them in my cart, and I paid for them on Etsy. And I gotta put my hair up. I paid for them on Etsy, and then it like took forever for it to do anything, and it kept saying the purchase I made the other day of this yarn spinner thingy was my only purchase, and it kept saying, I kept like looking for I waited for like 20 minutes, and usually Ravelry orders I've never had, or not Ravelry, Etsy order for a digital download, it's only like a couple minutes, but this was a long time, and I kept checking back. And I was like, well, where's my purchase? Because it just said a purchase. It didn't send me an email for 5 to 6 hours. And it doesn't show up in my purchases still. And you go back the back way and you have to make a complaint. Then it shows you the complaint about which order. And then all of a sudden you can see it. And so I'm like, shit, what the hell? Is this like a scam? Like, cause like the reviews on her shit was like, oh, this is so great. She like got back to me within an hour, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well then humans have talked to her. So she must be real. This must not be a bot, but why do you have 5 listings per blanket with different pictures each time saying buy this pattern? Like it was weird. All of her blankets, there's 5 or 6 of the same pattern to purchase, and it's the exact same thing, but it's just different pictures. But it's the same pictures, just reordered. So the picture that it represents the blanket each time is one of the other pictures. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It's all the same. Anyway, so I tried, and I finally found a way in to see the 2 orders that I did, and it says download here, and you click it, and it's like, oh, you can't do this from a mobile or whatever. Go to your browser and go into purchases, and then click, and then go and see it through your Etsy, and then download it. And I'm like, but it doesn't show up in my purchases. And like the help section was fucking dumb, and I finally had to do the contact seller thing, and by this point I was like on fire because I'm like feeling like I got screwed out of freaking $16. And it's not big, but I didn't want to have to freaking find it somewhere else and pay for it again, because you can also buy these on Ravelry, which I found out near just the end. I was almost about to buy them on Ravelry from the same person, because I was like, well, maybe they're not keeping up with their shit, but there might be a way to purchase it on Ravelry, because nothing ever dies on Ravelry, which I actually found out is not true. There's plenty of recipes on there to make things, and you click to buy them, and you get all the way in through the purchase, and it's like no longer available for purchase, and which is fucking weird. Why would you take a pattern off? So I wrote this long tirade of like, oh my gosh, when you try to purchase any of your stuff, it reroutes you like all over the place. It's not showing up in my purchases, and it's not giving me an email. It's been an hour now, and 40 minutes of it trying to load purchase in your website. And I'm a little confused as to why there are 4 or 5 pictures per pattern of the same exact stuff. I'm just struggling, and I just really would like to download this and carry on and go on my merry way. Please help me. These patterns are beautiful. You know, like I wasn't mean to her or anything, or mad or anything. I was just like frustrated. And she's like, oh, I don't know why you're not being able to download them. You should just be able to see them in purchases, and then, you know, whatever, I'll fix it when I get home. And maybe like 4 hours later, I went back and I just kept reloading my my email and checking and just forever. And I tried to order these things when I was here at work around noon. Finally was able to purchase them at home. I think I was at home when I did it. And I get home at like 3:30 or 3:40. And then around 6 something, the emails finally showed up. But in my thing, when you finally go in the back way through complaints, it said, order, shipped, almost delivered. But then at the top it said, it's been delivered. And I'm like, no, it hasn't. There's nothing. And for like hours I was waiting. And so eventually I got in to do it. And then all of a sudden she gets back to me and it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to email you these a different way because I see your purchase. And I'm like, it's already fixed. It's already over. I fixed it. And I did email her and say that. Like, I did respond back to her and say, okay, it worked. It showed up. It's been several hours. I've never had anything take this long. It still doesn't show up in my purchases, though. So, and then I started working up the work. And the descriptions in this pattern, I need a video. And now I have to show my friend the yarn because this is neon pink. Like, damn it, it's not showing it. I mean, this is blasting neon pink, like bubble gum pink. And I thought this was oranges and dull red tomato and yellow and green and like, not this. So now I have to go into work and be happy in the silence without bigot talk. I get to be happy and be in my own little crazy environment. Oh gosh, all the stuff in my car is yarn that I started a project with, finished the project, and need to take the yarn back to my storage unit. And all the finished projects that I could find in my disorganized, like my storage unit has its very specific spots. The back left corner is my clothing, blankets, and pillows. The back right corner is my sewing stuff. Over from that, just a tiny bit on both sides, is all my yarn and current projects, which there's only like 5. And then there's my electronics, and then there's a bunch of like house stuff. And on the other side, it's like purses and slippers, and then body stuff and a bunch of bags. Like this whole side in the front is a bunch of mixed up stuff that needs to be sorted out. And a ton of those drawer things, drawer sets, the plastic drawer sets. And every time I want to go organize them, like he comes up with something for us to do. So, I have all my finished projects in here that I could find. I know there's more, so that I can take nice photos of them so that I can list them because they should be shared among people. But getting the time to do that is just ridiculous when I am an adult and I should have my own free time. But I don't. But yeah. I hope everybody's doing good. What are you working on? I really wanted to make that doodle hat. I wanted to make the sunset one with the haunted house and the tree, but I'm like working on my mom's blanket. I now have to do a blanket for Roxy and then a blanket for Giselle because I'm probably going to start them at the same time and just do work on both and just, but Roxy asked for it first, a day earlier, but you know, I want to complete the first one and then the second one. I don't want to like, but the pattern for this one is, I would say I would buy somebody a pattern and then share, but it probably won't come early enough for that to happen. All right. Have a good day, guys. Okay, mini update. I showed her the colors. Look, they even look different now. What color does that look to you? It looks like on the camera this is a purple or something. Anyway, it's not. Let's see, what color is that? Oh, that's the twisty pink and green. Anyway, she likes this color. And it looks like candy, so it's fine because it's for Halloween. But she likes it, so I'm going to continue on my merry way. After I fold my towels here in a second, on my break, I'm going to start working more on her blankie.